Here is my wood burl collection from oak trees I've broken off, and I thought it'd be neat to make a little snake out of them. So some wire I bent up, and I drew some eyes on there, and I got my Dremel tool out and started having at it. As it progressed, it kind of, got a little bit more obscure and abstract. It's very Tim Burton-esque. We watched Beetlejuice for Halloween a couple days ago, and I think that's how it evolved into looking like this. So here's a close-up of how the wire, I drilled some holes and twisted it up and did two of them so it'd make it more stable, and then twisted the wire up. I had trouble keeping it standing, so I had some cardboard, some more wire around it, and some hot glue. And then I actually did plaster of Paris on the cloth. I didn't really like it because it kept cracking, so I paper mached it, and now here I am adding a base primer of gray. I mixed up some old paint. My paint is really old. I'm talking 10 years old, so it wasn't very thick. And I haphazardly put the base on there, and then, just roughed in the pattern of that Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake. So you can see my computer turning on and off as I try to look at what the pattern was and just replicate it generally. It doesn't need to be perfect. You just have to get some colors where they belong, get some, basic shapes in there, and it'll look half decent. As I kept going, I decided that, it might be kind of cool to add some accoutrements. So I found some metal, twisted up, and I'm hot gluing over top of the metal, then painted it and, trimming it down to make the tongue. And I also thought it'd be really cool to add some eyeballs that are fancy. So I looked through my extensive junk drawer and found these cubic zircon gemstones and thought, why not? Maybe this snake needs some really sparkly eyeballs. So I'm carefully placing them in there. I ended up going with hot glue, my industrial hot glue gun that heats up very high. So it should adhere to the wood and to this gemstone. Here's a close-up. I pre-drilled a hole inside of it, and then, I did carve the exposed white oak, or I painted the exposed white oak black. So there's the final installation of the fancy little gem, and hopefully that will add just enough shine to catch your eye. I also found some mother of pearl that I thought might make a really interesting rattle. So this rattle is gonna not be super big, and so it's just a juvenile rattlesnake. The rattles grow for every year. I think the rattlesnake gets older, so this isn't a giant rattle, but just a tip. And here it is in its natural environment on this cowskin rug in my studio. And I hope you enjoy the texture in the paint, the texture in the gems, and then the burl head snake, which I left pretty much untouched. Hope you enjoyed and it inspires you to make your own art. Have a great day.